Hello and welcome to the Season 2 Week 1 BOP tier list video. This week's data was captured Friday afternoon CST using the iRacing Reports Discord, link below. Alright, starting off with the Touring Car Challenge, this week it goes to VIR. And for the Fixed series, it looks like the BOP changes from this season's patch have done the trick, as all cars are within 1 second of each other with the fastest median average race lap, with that one car being the Elantra going A+. Close behind is the RS3 with an A and a Veloster A-. The Civic, although last, still looks competitive, and I'm going to give it a B+. So here's the Touring Car Challenge Fixed tier list for this week at VIR. For the Open Series, there's a bit of separation and increased variability, but all cars seem pretty competitive with respect to each other still. The Elantra still carries an edge going A+, with the Veloster close behind in an A. RS3 trails off a bit with a B+, and the Civic with a B. So here's the Touring Car Challenge Open tier list for Virginia International Raceway. Moving on to the GT4 series, which this week goes to the Roval at Charlotte Motor Speedway. And for the Fixed series, BOP still looks good to start the season with all cars within 1 second window to that leader this week, the Aston Martin, which goes A+. The Mercedes is close behind in that A. The BMW goes B, falling back just a little bit due to that 50 to 25 percentile with respect to the A tier cars. And similarly to that, in B-, I have the McLaren and Porsche, which are also close to each other. So here's that GT4 Challenge Fixed tier list for this week at the Roval. And for the Open Series, interestingly, the median pace for 3 of the cars tightens up with the open setups, while the 2 at the back from before fall off a bit more. Thus, I have the Aston Martin still in an A+, but it's joined by the Merc, that while a touch slower comparing the median values, it seems to have a bit better performance in that top 50 to 25 percentile. And in a similar position as in the Fixed Series, but a bit closer when comparing the median, is the BMW, which I will put in an A. Then the McLaren and Porsche stay with a B-. So here's your GT4 Challenge Open setup tier list for the Roval at Charlotte. Okay, now let's see how the updates to the Mercedes BOP to start the season is looking as we dive into the GT3 Challenge Fixed, which is at Sebring this week. At the top of the pack going S tier is the Audi, followed by the Lambo, which I'm putting S-. The next closest is that newly BOP'd Mercedes going A. In the next tier I got the McLaren and Porsche with B's, the BMW and Ferrari with a C+, leaving the Ford in the back with a D. So here's that GT3 Challenge Fixed tier list for Sebring. And just a quick note, if you enjoy consuming various iRacing content on YouTube and just can't get enough, be sure to hammer that like and sub button if you haven't already. And do consider hitting the join or dropping a tip via the super thanks buttons below. Your extra support will certainly help in my endeavor to continue making these types of content for you. And with that said, now let's see how the BOPs pan out in the GT3s in a 40-minute open setup VRS Sprint race. And with the open setup adjustments, the Lamborghini swapped spots with the Audi, going S and S- respectively. The Porsche and BMW, McLaren, and Mercedes all have medians in the tail end of that 1 second window from the Lambo, with the edge of the top 50 to 25 percentile barely matching the Lambo and Audi's median pace, thus they're all going to go B. The Ferrari, unfortunately for the Tifosi, can't keep up and falls further back, going C. The Ford remains in last, going D. And so here's your VRS GT3 Sprint tier list for this week at Sebring. Alright, then the GT3s in the multi-class open setup IMSA Hagerty series goes to Road Atlanta. And compared to what we just saw with the GT3s at Sebring, we get a pretty drastic change up, yet tighter grouping here. The top car going S tier is the BMW. The rest of the pack all have median times still within the 1 second window from the BMW, and they are more towards the back half of that window, but the top 50 to 25 percentile range are pretty compatible. Thus I'll go with a Porsche and Mercedes A, with the Audi, Lamborghini, and Ferrari all in B. And so here's your IMSA Hagerty Series GT3 tier list for this week at Road Atlanta. Last but not least, I'll quickly hit the European Sprint Series, which goes to Sebring as well. Here I have the RSR in A, the Ford A-, Corvette B+, with the Ferrari and BMW in B. So here's that European Sprint GTE tier list for this week at Sebring. there you have it, folks. In the meantime, please go check out one of my other most recent videos up in the right hand corner, and you can check out my links below in the description if you'd wish to offer further support, as well as see some links to my other socials such as Twitter. And until next time, safe driving.